go. Hi, this is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and today he is wearing his collar as a tutu because today I want to talk about something very special. This little card is a picture of a man who's a photographer wearing a tutu, and this is to advertise the amazing work he's been doing. So this man, his name is Bob Carey, a friend of mine who spent the winter coping with a cancer diagnosis and treatment, who I met at the beach. And for those who don't know, I am now almost exactly 10 years out as a cancer thriver myself, having had breast cancer 10 years ago. So Bob Carey's wife, Linda, was diagnosed with breast cancer, and he decided to raise money for people living with breast cancer, men and women. And this is a huge issue. I have a friend at work who has, the basic insurance from our state, and she was diagnosed with, I think it was colon cancer, and she had to get several rounds of chemo. I mean, way more than me. I had 4. She had like 6, 8, something like that. That's really expensive. Each round is $15,000 to $25,000. The state did not cover all of it, and she's left with a debt of, a student loan, $20,000, $30,000 on a minimum wage job. It's going to take her forever to pay that off. Her quality of life will be really affected for years to come. Plus, she still struggles with the after effects of having had cancer. So what Bob Carey has decided to do is brilliant, because many people have a lot of financial responsibility after they've had cancer, and it can really take you down. You might not be able to do, like me, the same kind of work that you used to be able to do. You might not have the resilience in your immune system, so you can't be in crowded places. And it takes a few years after you've had cancer sometimes to get back a quality of life similar to what you had before. So for him to be able to raise money for people is wonderful, because you don't know when you're going to get diagnosed with cancer. You may be at the end of a long run of trying to raise money and work really hard to buy a new car. Maybe you get cancer before you're at the end of that time and you can't afford a new car. And that can be something that can threaten your health, because then you can't get to your appointments. So what Bob has done is amazing. He has made a calendar of him wearing nothing but a pink tutu in locations really all over the earth. He is a photographer. He was a photographer when Linda was diagnosed. And so these images have been impressing people worldwide. And in fact, he was interviewed on the Today Show a couple years ago, and he has attracted a lot of attention from the media. And I'll show you some of the pictures in the calendar I got from him, which are very inspiring. So he uses love and he uses art to bring laughter into the lives of those affected by breast cancer. And if you'd like to make a donation, you can go to the tutuproject.com, and I'll show you some of the pictures in this calendar. This one is from New York City Ballet School, and you can see Bob in his tutu back here, and the ballerinas in the room. And then there are some amazing pictures in here. I hope I can find the one of him jumping through the air. They're all amazing in their way. Because we're dog people, let's look at the one of him in New York City in the storm walking all the Labradoodles. And then we have, let's see if I can find some more that are interesting. Here he is in Grand Central wearing his tutu. Can you see him in there? He's right in there somewhere. I know it's hard to see. It's an imperfect thing, Facebook Live, but it's a wonderful thing. Here he is with one of our Sesame Street friends. And he was out there on the beach for a while taking a perfect picture. Here he is standing on the wing of an airplane. Can you see the little pink tutu on the airplane? Really dramatic shot. So he sets the photo up and runs back and trips the camera and then runs out to get in place. Here's a picture, an amazing picture of him diving. And, you know, he is not a man with a special physique. He's just a regular person. And that's partially why these are so dramatic. Here he is at Niagara Falls. I mean, what a great place to be wearing a tutu, Niagara Falls. And I hope I can find this one of him leaping in the air because that's my favorite. Here he is on Long Island, leaping. I mean, to be able to capture that photo remotely from your camera and get it to click right at the moment when you're flying through the air, that's the mark of a really skilled photographer. What an amazing picture. And then he has one more I'll show you on this calendar. This is in Colorado. So notice that it's winter. There's snow on the ground. And Bob is wearing a tutu in the middle of a storm in Colorado. So he really travels the earth to take these photos. And I love that his business card is this ordinary man wearing a pink tutu. He is amazing. Oh my gosh. Lymphoma, 4 years. Yeah, I mean, I think that every person that you know and will meet has had their life touched by cancer in some way. We all know somebody who's had cancer, and you know, many of us will experience cancer in our lives. So it's a really important thing to pay attention to. And what Bob Carey is doing with his wife with this project to raise money for people that can't afford things they need when they're going through cancer is an amazing, amazing thing. So it's the Tutu Project, and it's under the tutuproject.com. I know you can't read it because it's backwards and left to right and right to left, but there it is, the Tutu Project. That'll help you remember it anyway. So check it out. It's an amazing thing. He's got a nice website. I feel so fortunate to have met him, and so fortunate that my friend, she saw him a mile down the beach setting up his camera and taking a picture at low tide in beautiful Provincetown, and she came running down the beach with her puppy just to meet this man who made a big impact on her, because she's still in those short weeks of just after all of the therapy, the chemotherapy and everything, and you know, the future seems uncertain at that point because cancer is a huge life-changing event. You don't just go through a bunch of treatments and go back to work at your old job. Everything in your life will be different. Your relationships may have ended, they may have deepened, they will be changed with everyone in your life. And you know, you've made many choices along the way of who to tell, who not to tell, which kind of treatments to get, which not, you know, how much to associate with people and not. And those couple of years afterwards, you might have lost your hair. It can really be a time of great challenge and introspection for people. So very fortunate to meet Bob Carey taking a picture in beautiful Provincetown. So check out the Tutu Project. Tristan doesn't actually have a tutu, so this one was a little big for his neck, so he's dancing in his tutu today. And the poor guy, he's had so many problems. He hasn't been able to eat breakfast at his normal time for almost 3 weeks now. He'll get around to it around brunch, but when we go to work this week, I don't know what he's going to do. I've got to get him to eat before we hit the car at 8 in the morning, and so far that's not looking optimistic. I'm going to have to put something really good in there, or just give him some different food that he can't resist, because he's just really not hungry in the morning. He's very tired from running around in Provincetown. So we will be back this week. I'm at my job as an educator Monday and Wednesday. So we will be back Tuesday, Thursday, Friday with episodes of Conversations with a Corgi. Check out the Tutu Project. Amazing work that this man, Bob Carey, is doing. And we will see you then. And everyone have a great day. We're supposed to have a week of rain. It's a good time to let your garden come back to life. Boy, I was thinking I'd be out there watering for 3 hours. Thank God it's going to rain all week. Nature's taking care of that for me. And it's a good time to for me to open the giant pile of mail I have, and that includes 1,000 emails I have to go through today or tomorrow or sometime. I don't know. So eventually things will get back to normal, but it's nice to have some rainy weather that makes you want to sit inside, drink tea, and do your work. So I know it's hot in some places. Everybody have a great day. We will see you soon. And thanks for joining us. Tristan's a little stinky. I must have missed some places in his wash up after all of our beach time. I hope you don't get a hot spot, Tristan. Thanks for joining us. Everybody have a great day.